Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Business Intelligence with your friend, Jonathan Diolio. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. We will be talking about taking ownership of your mission and vision at a personal and professional level. Sometimes when we work for a company, we see it as something that is foreign to our needs, wants, and capabilities. I think that the time has come, the time is now for us to internalize the mission and the vision of the organizations that we work with. You see, an organization is an organism, a body, wherein all of the moving parts are part of each other. And if all of the moving parts function as an organism and as one body, fully aware that they need to be integrated, fully integrated to the mission and the vision of the organization, the whole organism is going to operate according to its optimal possibilities. Now, sometimes it's difficult to internalize externalities. In economics, for example, education is what we call a positive externality. We want more of it in society, but because of the fact that individuals cannot internalize the full benefit of having a well-functioning educational system, the government has to come in and subsidize education in order to internalize the externality, the positive externality of having a well-functioning educational system and operation. When you have a well-functioning educational system and operation, you have a lower percentage of people that fall into antisocial behavior. You have higher productivity in the workplace, higher output, and an overall sense of well-being in the population. A highly educated population also has an influence on our political system, as people are more aware of the nature of the public policies that are implemented, and they're able to carry out a cost-benefit analysis that is in correspondence with their best interest and the best interest of the collectivity. When we come on board any given organization or company, we should see it not as a means, not merely as a means whereby we earn a living and we put food on the table, but we have to see it as a game in which we have our skin built into it, and we have to work towards our goal with every modicum of our strength so that we don't leave anything behind and we leave it all in the field, even if it means leaving blood, sweat, and tears. Now, as one pursues his or her career, one has to have a clear vision of where we want to go and where we are today. It's very difficult to get somewhere if you don't know where is it that you want to end up. Now, as you embark in your odyssey of achieving success, you might think that there is one defined route to get there, but as you move forward, you find that the map that you had is very different from the territory that you have encountered. And therefore, you have to follow different paths to the same objective. Now, it's very important for us to define that objective, because if we do not define it, we might end up being led by opportunity. You see, a lot of people are in the business of go-getting. Oh, you have to be a go-getter in order to be somebody in life. But I partially disagree. I think that we have to be go-givers and seek to give first, then receive, and seek to sow before we reap the fruits. That is just commonsensical. That is nature, as a matter of fact. You simply reap what you sow. Now, it's very important to have a sense of purpose and have a sense of destiny in what we do. and not be merely led by opportunities. Because if we are led by opportunities, then we are going to be all over the place, because opportunities are everywhere. Now, our purpose and our calling is unique. And if we have a sense of purpose, and if we are fully aware of our calling, then we're going to pursue only those opportunities that are in perfect correspondence with our calling and with our purpose. And that is in perfect tune, if you will, with a 20-80 rule. The Pareto optimality rule, I'm sure many of you have heard of it. The 20-80 rule tells you that 20% of what you do yields 80% of the results that you are after. But the trick or the clue is at defining that 20% that yields the 80% that you're looking for. You might say, well, Jonathan, I've been working for many years and I have not been able to identify that 20%. You know, I'm not surprised if that's your situation, because that was mine at one point. And I asked myself, why haven't I been able to identify this 20% if this 20% is what makes me unique? Sometimes we need somebody from the outside looking in to help us identify what our definite chief aim and our greatest point of differentiation is. Consider the eye. The function of the eye is to see. Nonetheless, the eye cannot see itself and needs somebody else in order for it to see itself. In the same way, we need other people that are well-meaning and intelligent and knowable to coach us, to encourage us, and to give us direction. At the end of the day, we are the ones that have the wherewithal of making decisions. The decisions that will take us to the places where we want to go. We have to be fully aware that even if we decide not to decide, we still have to decide not to decide, so we might as well decide to be successful and pursue the opportunities that are in correspondence with our passion, with that which makes us totally different. Now we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with some commonsensical, to-the-point tips about personal and professional and leadership development. Don't go far. We'll be back in a couple of seconds. Thank you very much. Welcome back to Business Intelligence. Jonathan Diolio here at your service, always thinking about concepts and principles that can be instrumental in the development of our professional and personal lives. We were talking about taking ownership. We were talking about taking ownership of our mission and of our vision in life. What is your mission? What is your vision? If I woke you up at 2 a.m. in the middle of the night, would you be able to articulate it without giving it much thought? Is the question. Have you defined your vision? You see, you don't go out there throwing darts without a defined objectives. I would encourage you in this hour, if you haven't defined your definite chief aim, for you to take the time to engage in some introspective analysis and identify what is it that you want to accomplish. Your goals ought to be specific. You should define them with utmost specificity. What is it that you want to accomplish? When do you want to accomplish it? Where do you want to accomplish it? How does it look like? You have to create a vision of where you want to go. Have a board in your living room, in your bedroom, and put everything that you want to accomplish there. The person that you want to marry, the holiday that you want to go in 2 years from now, the change that you want to be in the world. Define it with pictures, illustrate them. You see, and that's the way we human beings think. We think about an idea, and in order to bring that idea into reality, we have to illustrate it with pictures and then apply them in everyday living. Think about the ideas that you have and illustrate them, just like an artist is able to convey his vision upon the canvas. I encourage you to convey your vision upon the people that you know need your help and in whose lives you can make a difference. But it starts with you. We have to take agency over our leadership and professional development. And it doesn't take place in one day, it takes place every day. But we have to pursue it with commitment. Because everybody is interested, let me tell you. Everybody is interested in being successful, in having money, and good relationships. But one thing is to be interested, and another thing is to be truly committed to pay the price, to get the prize, and enjoy it, and share it with everybody else. As you define what your mission and vision is, I would encourage you to think about three things. And I borrow this from Jim Collins' book titled Good to Great. There are three things, according to Jim Collins, that we need to do in order to go from good to great. I love that concept. The first thing that we need to do is identify what we're passionate about. What is it that you're passionate about? Secondly, we need to ask ourselves the question, can I position myself in the top 10 in this specific thing that I am passionate about? The third question that we ought to ask ourselves is, can I make this profitable? Am I passionate about it? Can I be in the top 10% in this particular industry, in this particular task, in this particular business? What do I need to position myself as a top performer, as a top provider of XYZ service? And can I make it profitable? You see, money comes at the very end. What should lead you into success, what should spearhead your enterprise for success is your passion. And then as you identify your passion, you have to take the necessary steps to add focus to your passion through knowledge, through learning, through relationships. And relationships are built on a gradual and incremental basis. And they are built not as you increase in knowledge merely because really people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Relationships are built on character and on trust. Care about people truly and genuinely, and you'll see how everything else is added onto you. But take steps with purpose. Don't be led by opportunity, be led by a sense of purpose. Taking ownership of your mission and your vision and holding them accountable to a core set of moral and ethical principles. Do not follow the Machiavellic principle of the ends justify the means. The means are as important as the ends. And if you want to achieve an end that is rife with happiness and success, the means ought to beget happiness and success as well. We cannot adulterate or circumvent the law of you reap what you sow. So let us sow the good seed in order to reap the good fruit. Let us think about 2014 even as we go through these months of October, November, and December of 2013. And let's make the most out of the time we have in this year, that it has been a great year for a lot of us, even though we face circumstances that are very difficult to comprehend. Some of us have lost a loved one. Some of us have had to maybe reinvent our business, close one business and open another one. But the fact of the matter is that if you're watching this today, you are alive. You have breath between your back and your chest. And as long as that is true, there is hope to cope with everything that comes your way. And with that simple message, I'm going to say goodbye for today. This was your host, Jonathan Diolio, looking forward to sharing with you concepts and principles that transform here at your favorite program, Business Intelligence. Oh, and let me mention that here in TuNetwork.tv, we are organizing a conference. A Smartly Pursuits conference is going to be taking place starting the last week of this month of October. And then we're going to offer 2 or 3 sessions during the month of November. Call the number that is on the screen right now and make sure you make a reservation. We have limited space, so you should reserve yours as soon as possible. Thank you very much. Follow me on Twitter. I'm going to be posting some information there. And for those of you that follow me, I guarantee you that you'll find worthy things to implement in your daily lives, and in particular in what has to do with the Smartly Pursuits conference that we will be sharing here at our facilities at Unicaribe. I will be giving some discounts, but you have to follow me. Deolio JJ, Deolio JJ. That's Deoleo JJ at Twitter. I want to thank the staff of TuNetwork. Great organization that is focused on sharing content with the South Florida and the American community and the Latin American community at large. Thank you very much. See you next time.